Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today I want to give you a message for today's full moon. It's a super moon. It's a bit closer to Earth, which means the energy that is coming with it is way more potent. Not just that, it's in a sign of Taurus. We are in Scorpio season, so it's a very powerful combination of energy that's present. And not just that, Sun has quite of a powerful activity right now, the solar flares. It's sending out the high frequency codes that are affecting all of us right now. And sometimes when there's so much of all of this happening, it's a bit challenging to stay grounded and to know what to do with it, like what's going on here. So many times when people feel like that, they start distracting themselves more than ever. And they go on news and they go on social media and then they feel drained and then they feel exhausted. But there's something underneath it that is coming out right now. And once you know what's happening, if you can put it into words, then you can channel it. Then you can release the past and you recognize that you're actually already connected to the unified field, to the energy beyond this physical dimension, and you can work with it, you can heal with it, you can manifest with it, and you can help others to heal, you can help others to manifest, you can attract towards you the right relationships, the right opportunities, the right things that will amplify bliss, joy, excitement, enthusiasm, and wonder in your life. And there's a message before I go into the message that I want to share with you. It's something, every single day I write down a message for our Instagram community. I channel all these messages. I get an insight. I get an inspiration from the source. I write it down. I share it with you. And that's also how I make this video. So I'm not an astrologer. I'm an intuitive artist. So I share what I sense intuitively, what comes to me through the source. That's also how I make my art, just to know. So the message that I've written down for today is, today we have a supermoon in Taurus, and it's a very potent one. Don't be surprised if out of nowhere you feel as though up until now you've been living your life far too limited, no matter how far you are on your journey. This energy is all about you right now, teaching you to see that whatever you think you are, you're actually so much bigger than that. So please, unlimit your idea of how much you think you deserve, because the universe holds nothing but what you believe you can have, and it's waiting for you to be free, so it can give you more reasons to celebrate that freedom. It's time to step into the infinity of options and choose the ones that feel unbelievably good. So these things are so hard to understand on the human level because we always think we're limited. We are surrounded with certain people, we have certain jobs, we need to do certain things, we may be busy, and so on and so on. And then we say, well, I don't have other options. That's how our minds think. But the challenge of the mind is that it's a program of the past. And what is beautiful about this time, and I will go into 5 different energy themes for right now that are related to what I will say right now to you, my friend, listen. What is interesting about this time is that we are learning that mind is just a tool. You are not the mind, you're not your thoughts. You're actually the source that is experiencing life in a physical form, which means your physical body is just a vessel. No one expects from you to perfectly understand what it means and to be perfectly evolved in this understanding. No one expects it from you. But what life is encouraging you is explore these ideas beyond beliefs, beyond opinions, beyond projections of others, and just question it. Like, just for a moment, when you're listening my words, my friend, just for a moment, ask yourself, what does it mean? If I'm a source experiencing this body, how do I feel? How do I feel? Because there's The first thing that I got as, as an energy theme to talk about is reliability. Reliability. So what are you relying on? Because there's a powerful force for moving forward right now. It's like, you can have a gentle stream of water or you can have a powerful stream of water. And I see a very powerful stream of water right now moving forward. We are moving forward way faster right now than ever before. That's why it feels like there's a lot of pressure in the air. That's why it feels like the sensation of time feels so strange. Like sometimes we just lose memories. Sometimes we just lose a sense of time. Sometimes it feels like one day had 6 hours. And we just feel sometimes very disconnected from what we explain as time. Because time only exists on third dimensional level. But even on third dimensional level, it's very relative. Because one person can experience time way faster than another person, but if they would look at their watches, it was the same time. We experience it very differently because the experience of time is always related to the state of consciousness we are in. And what is happening right now is that we are ascending on the frequency level of how we experience life. So what does it mean? It means that what we used to be defined by, thoughts, physical sensations, body, what we have, everything physical, is now becoming very illusionary, very kind of like very fleeting. People are beginning to understand that everything is fleeting. So if everything is fleeting, why would I waste my time for things that don't matter so much? That's why so many people are quitting their jobs and focusing on something that truly matters to them, building businesses out of their passions and helping other people to heal, because we understand that we are not here forever. If we're not here forever, why would we waste so much of our energy for something that doesn't fit us? For something that just fits the system, that never pays us back what we deserve. So that's when people start waking up and rising beyond the old paradigm and realizing that I am here to live, not to survive. I am here to live. So just think for a moment, what are you relying on? Are you relying to what people on social media are saying? Are you relying on what governments are saying? Are you relying on what news are saying? Or are you relying on what God is saying to you, what life is saying to you? It's a different feeling. But something that comes with this moon is trust. Your trust is being questioned right now. Like if you say, I'm relying on God, I'm relying on life, I'm relying on that voice that is within me, are you trusting it? Because this year was all about trust, testing your trust. And if you've been able to accept that challenge, you've noticed your life was quite shaky. Many things that you thought will work out well didn't work out well. Many things you wanted to go a certain way went completely other ways, but eventually they turned out well. Why? Because this year was teaching you that everything works out way better than you think. But in the middle of this process, there are unexpected twists and turns. And for those who don't have trust, they have troubles at those times, and they waste a lot of energy, and they start blaming themselves and the world around them, and they fall into a survival state, and then they waste even more energy, and they go through more troubles in relationships and so on, and eventually they come to the same goal, but they say, oh, my life is so hard, and they suffer. While people who have trust, they don't bother what is happening because they know, oh, yeah, my life is rearranging because I have big vision for me. I have the pull, that deep inspiration to go somewhere. And if my life is not going the way I would like, it just means everything is rearranging to align with my vision. And whatever comes my way is there for me to teach me something. So I'm very open. I accept everything. And I'm willing to just move on with ease. I'm willing to relax into change. And that's where a feeling of safety comes. So it's about how safe can you feel in uncertainty that this time was all about. And this full moon right now is kind of, turning the light onto the progress you've experienced in how safe you feel in uncertainty. Because more you feel safe in uncertainty, more you can trust into possibility. Because why people don't allow themselves to dream bigger, to manifest bigger lives? Because they think that what's possible for them is only what's around them. But what they miss is what physics says, what science says. Reality we're experiencing right now is actually past. We're looking into what was, not what is. There's time the information comes in and brain makes sense out of what we're experiencing. It already takes time. So what we're seeing is actually the past, but also what we're experiencing is the product of what we've done in the past. So we're not truly looking at the truth of what is. We're looking at the byproduct of what was and who we were. That's why we shouldn't be defined by what surrounds us. We should always be defined by a vision, because a vision guides us. Vision guides you, and life placed a vision into your heart, and most people are not brave enough, not courageous enough to dream it. That's the problem. My friend, listen to this. Something within you says to you, you deserve more. You're so much bigger than you thought you are. But are you truly bold enough to rely on that vision instead on what you say? Because your five senses may disturb you. Because your world will not show you what's in your dream. It will only show you what was your dream in the past. And therefore, you shouldn't rely on this world right now. You should rely on your inner world and see it as clearly as you can. See it as clearly as you can, because that will be the source of feeling safe. That will be the source of security when things are not working out. No. It's already working because I see it. It's already working because I see it. And therefore, if I see that it's working, I will feel inspired to know what to do so things can work. Because I'm guided, because I'm one with life, because I was never separate from life, because the same force that navigates stars and planets navigates me. I was always part of this great system, and it guides me all the time. It placed a dream in my heart, and I'm here to experience it, to make it happen. So rely on that, and you will always be good. Not that your life will be easy. It will be a journey. It will be a bumpy road many times. But it doesn't need to be a source of suffering, because everything always happens the way it needs to happen. And to a person with an open mind, with an open heart, it's all an adventure. The second symptom right now is, it's not a symptom, it's an energy theme. So it's a detox energy. So something that I've noticed for precisely this full moon is that so many people may be experiencing unexpected grief, unexpected sadness, unexpected anxiety coming out of nowhere, like no reason for it. Unexpected fatigue, deep fatigue, troubles with sleeping maybe, waking in the middle of the night and having very negative thoughts and things like that may be happening, almost like some gentle moments of panic and things like that may be happening. And you may say, I have no reason to feel like that, and I feel grief. Like I haven't lost anything and I feel a sense of grief or guilt or shame, or things like that may be happening. And you may be like, why it is happening? So there's a phenomenon in science called beyond light connection. And it's, maybe you've heard that when a monkey on the island learned to eat a banana, suddenly all the monkeys around the world started learning to eat a banana as well. It's a connection. We're all connected beyond the physical dimension. And it means that, world is changing so much. And people have lost so many things. Their old lifestyles, their, loved ones. Old information, old belief systems are being shattered so fast, and it gives us a sense of grief. Like if your whole life you've been, growing up in a certain belief system, and then suddenly you're presented to a whole new belief system, or actually the truth, you're presented to the truth, even though it feels right, it feels great, there's still a part of you that feels confused, like what to believe now, what to rely on. Once again, the reliance, right? So on a subtle level, it may cause a bit of stress within you. And it's the middle phase of transformation, which is all okay, and we just need to breathe it and let it go. And at the same time, when you're learning to release it, you are also releasing fear, because usually we are afraid of these sensations because we think there's something wrong. But what's the truth behind all of that is that fear is an illusion, because it's caused by the lack of understanding. So when we know, oh, there's grief, maybe I'm feeling the collective, it's not even my energy, I'm letting it go through love, through acceptance, through forgiveness. Now I'm not afraid of grief. Now I'm not afraid of feeling something negative. Now I'm just letting it go through breathing. If I'm a conscious observer, if I pay attention to what I feel, I enlighten it. I enlighten that part of my body. And through breathing, I breathe oxygen into it, which is prana, life force, right? I breathe it into that part of my body and I release it. And now my body feels relaxed. Now the area of my body that was contracted has relaxed and released that tension. And now I feel lighter, and now I feel more free. And now as I feel more free, I can dream bigger dreams. I can walk a greater path, and I'm less afraid. So you've liberated yourself. That's why I call this energy detox energy. When we do detox with food, how does it feel? It doesn't feel good until later when we've detoxed, right? It feels strange. It feels maybe awkward and painful and ugly. But then it feels good, right? So wait for what is coming, because what is coming will surprise you. It is preparing you to celebrate your life, my friend. So just look around and see how many things are chaotic just because there are too fast reactions, too quick reactions. You will see if you're just patient a little bit more, at times when you used to react, you will be fine, you will be okay, and things will be revealed, and things will be resolved, and everything will work out. Maybe you lose something, but you always gain something more beautiful, more powerful, more something that teaches you something greater. So later you can experience a greater life for you. That's it, my friend, that's it. The third energy theme is, this one is very interesting because it was actually a question that I've received. What will you keep at the end of time? So this one sounds powerful. What will you keep at the end of time? So we are ending a cycle right now, and you see it in the world. You see it like, it feels like everything is just changing, and there's a speeding up of everything, and AI is changing everything. So it just feels like we're entering a whole new world. And some people are scared of it, some people are excited for what is coming. It doesn't matter what the world says and how things look right now. What matters is, what are you willing to keep? What are you willing to believe? What are you willing to trust? That's what matters. So what will you keep at the end of time? If you step into the field of timelessness, what do you want to bring there? Because if you're a conscious observer experiencing a human body, the observer is creating an experience. So what would you keep if you would step into the field of timelessness? So you would observe a reality based by what you're keeping in your mind, based by what you're holding on, what would you keep and what would you let go of? This is a big question for this time, because you're dreaming a new reality. You're creating a new reality through what you're holding on to, through what you are being attached to, through what you're judging. That's how you're creating your reality. I know you would love to manifest what you want, but we firstly need to let go of our judgments. We firstly need to let go of our attachments to what we don't want, so then we can experience what we do want. Because we are always in resonance with what we are fighting with. That's why more we judge, more we experience what we judge. That's how this universe works. So when you're confident in what you want, you will experience what you want because you are in resonance with it. So you, as the great observer, I'm here just to help you to wake up into understanding that you're the great observer of this reality. And reality is an illusion because it's created by the mind of the observer. So what you see is not truly how it is, it's how you see it. And therefore, more you judge, more you see what you judge. More you hate, more you see what you hate. More you hold grudges, more you find reasons to hold grudges. So it's always all about you. It's all about you freeing you, forgiving yourself. For your old self to be in pain because you had no better understanding. That's how you free others. When you forgive yourself. And forgiveness happens through understanding. So please know this. When you look into the younger version of you that was hurt because something happened, and we all are hurt to certain degrees. We all have been through a lot of everything, right? This full moon is shedding a lot of light onto these things, because when you look back and you say, yeah, I've been hurt because that happened. You've been hurt because you reacted to something based by the knowledge you had back at the time. So you couldn't create a greater sense of what was happening. So what you sensed was pain because it was not what you wanted to experience. And because today you're wiser, my friend, and you're more loving, and you have a greater understanding, and you're more intelligent. Yes, you are. Stop doubting yourself. You are more intelligent than ever before. You're at the peak of your evolution. Just trust me here. You're at the peak of your evolution. If you now return back to that younger you, you will notice that you've done the best you could. Haven't you? You've done the best you could. Yeah, you have judgments. I hear you. Yeah, I could do better. If you could do better, you would do better. You did what you could. You did what you could with the knowledge that you had. And that brings you freedom. Because maybe your acts hurt others. But just ask yourself, can you do something about it today? Can you call these people and say sorry to them? Can you call them and say, hey, I invite you on a tea, on a coffee, let's have a conversation. I have something to say to you. Those are the things you can do. If they're not here anymore, no, they're in the field where they hold infinite love towards you because they understand that what you did was the best you could. And because life in the past didn't teach you better, you were who you were. And that's it. You don't need to hold grudges anymore. You can free yourself. And I know, you see, this process takes time. That's why evolution doesn't happen in one day and you're enlightened. That's why we have a whole lifetime. But for a wise man and woman, each day is a new lifetime. Each day you have another chance to forgive, to ask people for forgiveness, to move on, to create a greater dream for your life, and step into freedom. Step into freedom, because why wouldn't you decide to have more than you have right now if it's available to you? Not physically yet, but energetically. To feel more free is how you open doors to freedom. And through time, if you keep feeling it, you will create more freedom, because you will prepare the ground so things that represent freedom to you will enter into your life. That's what this time is reminding you. So yeah, we have a powerful full moon in Taurus, which is about moving forward. It's about sensitivity, it's about self-worth, which is also something I want to touch here, because, well, firstly, another thing that I wanted to say was, with this full moon, manifestation is happening so much faster. It's the combination of the sun's energy and the moon's energy right now. So manifestation is happening very, very fast. So I just wanted to remind you here, have clarity around what you want. Be in energy alignment, which means be aligned with the vision. Be aligned with what you want. So whatever it is, if it's love, if it's money, if it's health, whatever it is, step into the energy where you're aligned with it. And mind will say, oh, it's not here, I should feel lack, or whatever. Don't trust your mind. Trust alignment. Trust feeling good. What feels good is alignment. Alignment will always feel good. Because why would you align with something you don't want? You would never do that. Fear would do that. But you don't need fear anymore, because you are intelligent being. You're a wise being that understands, and that's where fear doesn't exist anymore. So you need to align with what you want in order to attract it towards you. And as you align with what you want, there will be a whisper within you that will say to you what to do. And this is what we call aligned action then. So then trust your decisions. Trust your decisions. You see, we all have these programs. We feel inspired to do something, then we start doing it, and then we doubt our acts. Like, oh, I don't know if it will work out. Stop doing that. It's an old program. You see, if you felt inspiration to do it, then do it, take it to the finish line, and trust that it will work out for the best. And if you hold nothing but the greatest possible outcome, that outcome has no other option but to find you, because it's a law. If you align with it energetically, the observer will observe it into existence. This is a law. It's only a matter of question how clearly you see it. And the cure for that is remove distractions from your vision. Remove distractions from your vision. Stay locked in your vision for life. If you need a vision board, put it onto a wall. If you need affirmations, have it with you. But the point is that you feel it energetically and you stop distracting yourself with too much of social media, too much of chaos, too many news, because it shatters your energy. Now you don't have a laser-like focus. Now you have a dim light focus that doesn't enlighten your vision. It enlightens just a small place around you that reflects back to you what you have based by who you were. And my mission every single day is always to help you focus on what matters, to align with the life that's the best for you, because you deserve it, and it will level up your level of self-worth, which is the last energy theme I want to mention for this full moon right now, which is comfort and abundance are your nature, not something to seek. Comfort and abundance are your nature. When you feel comfort and when you feel abundance, you feel, how do you feel? How do you feel, my friend, when you feel comfort and when you feel abundance? I will ask you, I will lay down and I will ask you, how do you feel? Yeah, I feel good. Yeah, that's how you feel. That's how you know that you are in your nature. How often you feel like that. And your mind goes, yeah, I have many reasons not to feel like that. Quit that. It's easy to say quit that, right? It's easy for me to say quit that. But I needed to train myself to quit thinking like that, so I was able to create abundance for me. And a life where I can comfortably do what I love. I need comfort in my life, yes, but I'm not in it all the time. I need it for creating art. I'm an artist. I can't create art somewhere where a lion is chasing me. No, I would not be able to create art there. So I need comfort. Why wouldn't we dream our lives the way that we feel comfortable? So then we can willingly set challenges for ourselves that we want to set. Not just something, suffering because of lack of finances and things like that. Why wouldn't we create abundance and then we would set challenges that we would love to overcome? Why wouldn't we do things like that? Yeah, you can do it. Not that it will happen overnight, but you can do it if you allow yourself to think this kind of life into existence. And because we're evolving, this kind of understanding is more accessible. It's almost like on repeat for many of us. Like, I already know these things, but are you living it? Because if you're living it, your life would be a reflection of it, and then you could teach others by an example. So this is a powerful moon right now, because it's not just that it's shifting us and helping us to heal. It's also teaching us that we are way bigger than we think we are. Way bigger than we think we are. Not in arrogance, not in ego. This is the past, because ego comes from knowledge that you have based from your past experiences. You're way bigger in awareness. So think beyond yourself. From me to us to we, right? Expand your awareness, and you will see that you're part of the whole. You're part of wholeness, which means that you have something to offer, which means the world needs you, which means that if you become aware of what uniquely you could bring into this world to solve something, to help with something, to bring something that will help others, you will naturally step into an energy of abundance, because now you're serving others and others can pay you. But then you need to be worthy. You need to believe in your worth, because otherwise you will say, oh no, it's for free, and then you will suffer financially. So you see, you need to gain confidence. You need to gain trust into your worth, and that requires a greater understanding of who you are, how well you know yourself. Because when you go outside, you see that so many people are living average lives. And even when people have more than enough, they still feel lack. Because their self-worth is not based on who they truly are, it's based on what they've been told about who they are. So it doesn't matter how much they have, they live in the idea of how other people perceive them. That's where our self-worth is coming from, and that is the past. That is what we need to live in the past. There's a saying, you don't see yourself how you are, you see yourself how other people think that you are, and that's what we need to let go of. That's what we need to learn to let go of. Because the real self-worth says, I am worthy. I am worthy. Because I'm this or whatever. I am worthy. That's it. I am worthy. I am because I am. I am that I am, right? That's why you're worthy. But to put it into action means this is valuable because I've created it. This is valuable because I've created it. And your presence is valuable because you are being yourself. And what you do is valuable because it represents you. If you can do it authentically, it represents you. That's why it's valuable. And more you can be authentically you, more you can do things authentically your way, more you will also trust that. More you will trust that it has a unique value. More you will trust that it has a unique energy. And more you will see how unique it is. More it will transform other people that will come in touch with it. It's almost like a divine confidence that you have in yourself that's not based in ego, it's based in love. And once you gain that, you become unstoppable because you are unlimited. And whatever is unlimited means there's no end to it, right? There's no end to it. So stop being afraid of losing something, because there's no end of receiving it. I will leave you here. I hope you found great value today. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Big thanks to everyone for supporting my art in our store, AttractPassion.com, where you'll find all of my paintings, prints of my art, original paintings. By buying my art, you're also supporting this mission. So thank you so much, my friend, and also join our Patreon community for more exclusive content and YouTube membership if you would love to support this channel. Thank you so much, my friend. Until next time, stay connected. One love.